Hello, I think I should be online, but I'm not sure. Please let me know if you can hear me okay, and if you can see my screen and all that fun stuff. Okay, that's good. Hi Luna, happy you could make it. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Oh, and hi, VR. Hi, I know you. Okay, perfect. Then this is where we ended up in the end of the last stream, and I actually continued working on it a little bit off stream just because I obviously had a little bit of trouble to get the likeness down of the character. And hi Denisha, hello. And so I thought I might fix that off stream and not just the whole stream being just me struggling with hitting the likeness. So that's what I did. And yeah, so this is where we left off, and this is where I'm at now. This is still not like there's some work left to do in the face, obviously, but this is way closer to how he's supposed to look than before. So this is where we're gonna jump back into again, and yeah, so I can delete this. And I was actually also thinking about making his mouth open, just a little bit smile, and I started working on that, and then I realized, okay, this is really the point where I can just yeah, what I can just do on stream again. And I did start, and this is how it looks right now, but there's still, yeah, obviously I have just started on working on that. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right back in and continue from here. Hi, Storyteller. Hey, glad you could make it, buddy. Okay, then what am I supposed to do here? Okay. Okay, something like this. We have the tooth gap here. Okay. And then we obviously have to darken this down. Maybe something like this will do. I think I need a bit of a smaller brush. Yeah, that should be okay. Something like this. Now I need to get the teeth brighter a little bit. It starts to look about right. Something going on here that's not supposed to be there. Should also really render the nose now. Still imagining the bounce light from the down left jump, like bouncing up and into this area, and also the nose, right? That's why it's so lit from below. This is probably too much. I also want to try to get a little bit brighter even in this area here, to see if I can do that without it looking too weird. I think this is actually okay. No, maybe it actually is a little bit too much. I'm gonna do this and jump back right in here. This is a, I intend to use this one as an avatar for my stream layout. Like if you see the screen how it is right now, I will probably push the Procreate, like my screen a bit to the right, and then I can put him on the bottom left. That's why I wanted to do the whole thing on stream, like apart from the few changes I did off stream, because I thought it made sense for a piece that's used for the stream layout, literally. It's not dark enough. I do realize now that the eyes might actually be a little bit too dark, especially in this area. So let's try to fix that. This is too... Yeah, maybe something like this. I'm not totally sure. Again, same... What I said last stream is still true. This is really just trial and error. See what works and what doesn't. Okay, so maybe... What about that? I'm gonna give a little bit more definition to this area. And to... I should pull up the pupil a little bit because it doesn't really look as if he is actually looking to us. Something like that should be fine. Myosona. I don't know that term, but probably like I can imagine what it's supposed to mean, and if I'm imagining it correctly, then yes, then it's basically that. Okay. A little bit more of the shiny stuff down here. The reflection. I'm gonna try to force myself to stay in a more zoomed out view so I don't go into over-rendering mode again. I think these highlights can really be a bit brighter even. Maybe we can also make a second. Is this too bright? I think it's okay. We're exaggerating it a little bit. I think that's fine. Maybe we can also sneak a other one in here. Yeah, that should work, I guess. I suppose, yes. Let's go with that. Okay, these need to be brighter still. That's awesome, Storyteller. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to define this area now. So there's this little, always forget the name, but this little thing on the eye. Actually always put this there even though this is a very stylized look. Okay. Now some highlight stuff. This is too much, like too broad. Maybe more like this. Should do it. It looks better, I would say. We can also probably put something here. Maybe not that much. I feel like the right eye is still a little bit too big. Something's bothering me about it, but I'm not quite sure what it is yet. But I'm just gonna wait and maybe it'll come to me naturally. Maybe actually do something like this. And then carve back into this. Maybe not. Okay, for now, I'm gonna let it be like that. I don't want to spend too much time anymore on the face, if I'm honest, just because I would like to get the whole thing done today, and I don't know if that's actually realistic, but after all, the face is always what I spend a lot of time on, and I want to keep the rest rather simplistic in terms of how far it's rendered. So there is a chance, I guess, that we can do it. Is it me, or aren't the eyes looking like exactly into the right direction? I think they aren't. Gonna do this. Yeah, no, they definitely aren't. Okay. How do I fix this? That's the next question. And did that happen with what I did just now? Oh, this is what we did already. Okay, this is a lot. But so I think the problem is I'm gonna keep a copy of this just in case. And I think the problem is, again, that this one is a little bit too small. Yeah, I think. Again, I'm so glad that this Liquify tool exists in digital art. It's really convenient. Okay. Already a comic about the homeless child. What was all that about? Yeah, I'm probably gonna continue that one at some point. But it's actually based on a book I wrote when I was a kid myself. And yeah, I hope I can continue that one day. Like for now, I have so many like single illustrations I want to do, and those take so much time that I can't really work on the comic right now. And the comic pages also take like 30 hours each. So that's kind of the problem why it's progressing quite slowly right now. Yeah, Liquify really saves the day, that is true. And the right eye is more round. I know what you mean. I mean, it's kind of the perspective, but one thing, I know what you wait. First I wanna, okay, this is before and after. Not too much has changed, but this is better already. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like I probably have to get this a little bit more pronounced than it is right now. I think this looks roundabout right now to me. Don't know about you guys. Hi, Gamer Queen. What's up? Happy to have you here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and at some point I really have to kind of stop working on the face. Because I mean, in the end, let me look at the screen. Like this is round about the size you would see him on the screen later on. So no need really to over render, right? Something about that right eye, but it still looks good. More round in the edge. Yeah, I probably actually have to get this a little bit out, right? Like it would do that because of the perspective, but the perspective is not. Yeah, this is better. The perspective is not as extreme that it would actually make it this round. I think this is better for after. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, sometimes with these old YouTube names, right? It's you can tell me if I'm supposed to call you differently, like a different name. Yeah, the perspective kind of like the eyelashes would wrap around the eye a little bit. That's also why it's so thin at this point. But that's always a little bit hard to yeah, how to say that, to imagine, considering this is so stylized, right? The proportions are so stylized, and so are the eyes. This is too much of a highlight. Now it looks like he's crying. We don't want that. Okay. This is always where the lights, where the eyes catch some highlights, just because of the wetness, the natural wetness the eyes have. Oh, hello. Abu Bakr. Do I pronounce that correctly? Like I remember you, but I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly. Please let me know, because I don't want to butcher you guys' names. Okay. Need some highlights. those are too cold. Maybe more like this. Some on the nose. Maybe some on the... This will probably not look good, I already know that. No. Okay, oh perfect, I pronounced it correct, that's good. Good to hear. Okay. Abu Bakr, yeah, I see, Abu Bakr. All right. Okay, this will probably also... Okay, no, not this much. Now it looks like he has just had a tooth thingy. Okay. Getting a little bit of these in. That's not what I wanted to do. This is too much. Okay, now probably like the cheeks are kind of pinched up here, so this would also catch some more of the skylight, but not there. Maybe more like here. This looks about right. Okay. So I want to work on this a little bit. This has gotten too dark the last time. I don't know why, but we can paint over it. No, I don't like that strain right there. But I should probably more like this. Yeah, this looks better. Hi, Alsamari. Howdy. Okay. Really trying to get the pace up a little bit here. Because again, I would really like to finish this today. But let's see if it works. And if it doesn't, that's also okay. Okay, I want to brighten this up a little bit. Something like that. This kind of doesn't look right to me. And this doesn't as well. Certain number of subscribers to do a live stream. No, no, you don't. You can just hop in anytime. I mean, I don't really have a lot of subscribers, and I can still do it, right? So, no, there's no restriction. unfortunately. Oh, I didn't know that. Tells me to ask, what's Winston's story? He actually doesn't like really have a specific story. Like, it's more like I imagine what his world would probably be like and what kind of stuff kind of adventures he can go on, and then I just discover all these different settings just with these single illustrations, basically. And I might actually do a coherent story at some point, but not for now. So there like is an overarching theme basically, but no start to finish story, if that makes sense. Mm. Okay. This is okay. That's a little bit too bright maybe. No, I think they actually are not good. There's also some here. I'm gonna stay in this view just to force myself to not go into too much detail. Because again, this is not supposed to be a like super high rendered illustration like others of mine are, but just an avatar for the stream layout, so I shouldn't. And I mean, obviously that one's supposed to look good as well, but it doesn't have to look like super detailed because you would never see it in a very zoomed in view. Okay. All right. Moving out these shapes a little bit. What do I want to do this? Something like that maybe. Then maybe something like this should work. Do the trick. Those are probably even a little bit too long. But again, it all blends together anyway, so. Okay. Not for a specific company, but I had some requests to illustrate some books and stuff like that. Like one bigger one where they asked me if I would be available for like, I think it was like 4 months. So I guess it's probably been like a whole book series that was supposed to be illustrated, but I really didn't have enough time to do that. Like not 4 months. I'm too busy with other stuff. Yeah, again, that's just like one brush is really everything you need. Like the most important thing is that the brush is capable of producing both hard and soft edges. So basically, if I were to do this, like this is a very hard edge, right? Like in all of the edges are very hard, and if I do this, then it's a softer edge right here, and I can also color pick to do these in-betweens, right? And as long as your brush can produce both of these, then you can do anything with it, basically. Like I have some, yeah, here I have a basic round brush as well, and that brush doesn't really do anything else than the one I'm having now, there's just another shape to it. So those would be some very hard edges, but I can also do what I did below, like, oops, doing this and this and this, just carve out the shapes. Now you have the same result as below, right? And that's why like the brush really doesn't matter. And I just like this shape, that's why I'm using it. But you can just use, like you can create exactly this look with a round brush. Okay. Let's see, what have we... This is the progress we made already today. That's something. Wasn't sure if we are actually getting something done, but okay. Maybe I should keep that one layer so we can keep track of what we did so far. Okay. And yeah, that's what many people do in the beginning, that they like think you need all these brushes and that will like help you get better. And like I'm not saying that, like it has been the same for me. I also thought yeah, I just have to find the right brush and then I'll be ready to go. But yeah, it's really not the case. What really helped me was when I first got the brushes from an artist where I really liked the style. And I thought, okay, now that I finally have the brushes, I can finally do art that looks like that as well. Then I realized, no, I couldn't, because it's really just like, yeah, it's like, again, it's not what tools you use, it's just how you use the tools, and that's what matters. Pen on my phone actually, I get from Russian company, but I refused. Yeah, that's cool. Always fun to get some requests. That just means that you're doing something right. um, okay. Mm, Still thinking a little bit what I have to do on this face. Like you're gonna notice once we get to the rest of the panning, all of this will be much faster. Like I usually spend, like sometimes it's not the case, like when I don't really have trouble with hitting the likeness, but in like many cases I really just spend 50% of the whole time on the face, like not of the whole illustration, but compared to the rest of the character. That's what I mean. What are we doing? Okay, that is okay. I think the eyes are a little bit too big now that I'm thinking about it. Might actually try to fix that very quickly just now. Oh, it's too late. Oh wait, something about that looks off. I'm gonna keep it like this for now. Would have to move the eyebrows down as well. And I don't want to do that right now. Okay. Yeah, still thinking about what I have to do here. You can probably tell. Okay, to be honest, I think I'm just gonna keep the face like this for now and come back to it later if we still have the time. And if there are just some minor adjustments in the end that I have to do, I might just finish that off stream. Maybe in just, because it would probably just take like 20 more minutes to get where I want to be. But I might not have the time right now. Like, I would rather finish the rest of the character on stream and then fix those minor issues in the face later on my own, because that's not really too exciting, I feel like. I'm gonna put some more freckles in, because I feel like those could be a little bit more prominent. Maybe that's actually not even a good idea. Okay. Oh, no, no, no. That's not what I wanted. I will actually... where is it? Put this on the other side. Kind of more used to do it that way. Oh, wait, okay. I just realized I'm still on the multiply layer. That's why it looks so off. The classic thing to do wrong. Just love that you're using only... Yeah, like sometimes I use more layers as well. In this case, I really just don't because I want to get this done in a reasonable amount of time, and having a lot of layers just means that you will spend more time on the painting because you have to switch between all the layers all the time, and that's just something that, yeah, just takes time, right? Okay. Maybe I can still do this and separate the tooth a little bit there in the middle. Again, this is really just the kind of detail work that it's super unnecessary, and that's why I don't know why I'm doing it right now. Okay, one more highlight, and then I do the other stuff that needs to get done, I promise. Okay. Something like this. Actually, I think this is too much. Like, does look like his cheeks are like very, very prominent, and they're supposed to look a little bit prominent, but not this much. And yeah, I actually have a document where I write all my ideas down. Otherwise, I would forget. Like, the problem is, since every illustration takes me such a long time, there are always a lot of ideas in my backlog, basically, and I have to be able to come back to them. Yeah, storyteller, that's the problem. You don't have as many layers as in digital, right? I mean, you can layer oil paint, for example, but that's a little bit different than digital art. Like, you can't move the different layers around, obviously, so it's definitely more comfortable working digitally in that regard. Okay. Since I want to take this close to finish today, let's just work very systematically now. But first, it's bothering me. This is a little bit too much. This might be better. Yeah, that is totally true. Like, in digital, you can just test stuff out and you don't really have to worry too much about anything. Okay, I'm gonna do the head now, and I'm gonna stay in this view just so I don't over-render stuff. Or over-detail, I should say. I want it to look rendered, but not over-detailed. Um, I should just not move the thing around all the time, if I'm honest. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna have to, just to get a better view, that around a little bit. No. This already looks a bit better. Yeah, Tanisha, goodbye. Thanks for being there. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, that's true, Abu Bakr. That's why I'm kind of glad that I chose to work on one layer for this painting, like more or less one layer, right? I have a few, but basically these are the three we are having right now, and these are just the freckles. Just keeping them on a layer for now, and the goggles. I could actually merge the goggles down, but there's not really a point to it, so I won't do it for now. All right. Always checking my reference because I honestly always forget how exactly I paint all of this stuff. What it's supposed to look like, basically. Yeah, but yeah, working on the wrong layers really not a good time. But yeah, for this here it can't really happen because of the given reasons. So that's a good thing, I suppose. Okay, I want to get some highlights here. In this case, it might actually get to this kind of highlight stuff. Okay, that's good. Mm. So I want to do some. Usually I would do this like very zoomed in and just caring about every stroke like that it's exactly where it's supposed to be, but that's honestly not even the best thing to do. Just having things kind of right is the best thing you can do. And I'm wondering, something's off here. Oh, I accidentally color picked something that I didn't want to color pick. That's why it doesn't work right now. This rule and the Phantom Pain, even if I have no experience. Yeah, exactly. Storyteller. You mean in this like small number of layers, right? Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's not really like in my opinion, working on more layers just makes it easier to get a clean result. But if you don't really care about that, like a super clean result, then you don't really need too many layers. But also, like, it doesn't really, like, there's also not really a problem with having a lot of layers. Like again, there's like the one problem that's like actually there's the fact that um, that in general it takes a little bit more time to work on the painting just because you have to switch layers quite often, and sometimes it can happen that you're working on the wrong layer, and that also like eats some time away because you have to fix that and all of that fun stuff. And how do I do these? Okay. But yeah, at the same time, I really feel like just using a few is a little bit, it's faster definitely, but again, I also most of the time don't do it because you can just change stuff a little bit easier when you have more layers to just move stuff around on. Okay, we can do this. Okay, I want to, this looks way too clean right now, so we have to change that. Talking English is hard. Yeah, it is. Like especially when you have to paint while doing it, and also looking at the chat and stuff like that, but it's okay, I feel like. At least you guys can understand me, and in the end, that's the thing that matters, right? Over rendering again. I have to zoom out a little bit more. Listen to my own advice. I'm also not totally sure right now what you mean, mate. Do you mean like understanding what the other comments are saying, or what do you mean exactly? Alright, so the head looks about finished to me. Like again, usually I would go into more detail, but I don't want to do it in this case. I want it to look right in this zoomed out view, and as long as it does, it's okay to me. So let's just do this. Some highlights here. Here as well. And a little bit of this right here. Yeah, that's okay, storyteller. Thanks for being there, buddy, and have a nice one. Okay. I think this is actually like a time where I can throw a little bit of a texture in. Just something like to give it a little bit more. These are just the little things where I would actually use a different brush, just to give something to work off, but now I'm already switching back. And like this isn't needed for the painting to look good, so this is still like you can do all of this with one brush. Okay. I'm gonna do now. Let's check again what we have done so far. Okay, some progress for and 54 minutes already. Okay, but I guess I'm also not like usually I can be more focused, right, on painting. This time, like you do paint slower when you also have to talk a little bit and do stuff like that. Like it's fun, but it does it slows the process down a little bit at least. Okay. Okay, let's keep the head, the face, and the hat like this and continue with the other stuff. We'll actually do this for that, just so I can have the whole thing visible all the time. Okay, and we're just gonna work our way down, basically. This color is a little bit too big, I can already tell that. I tried a little bit of it, Pubaka, and like I think the program is called Forger. It's also I used it on the iPad as well. And I played a little bit with that, but didn't really get into a lot of, like I'm not good at that stuff. Like I would have to invest more time and I don't really have that time right now. But it is fun, definitely. I did a little bit of it. Mm. And yeah, have you done something like that? Like your question lets me think that maybe you actually are quite experienced with that kind of stuff, or did you also just think about trying it out? Mm. Usually I'm really working way more zoomed in, but this is not a good idea for this piece, considering what it's supposed to be used for. Definitely need to get some contrast into all of this, especially in this area, because that's really not exposed to the sky at all. And also doing something like that. How long have you done art? And hey Mason, I think you just joined the stream, right? So that's a little bit hard to answer, just because like I've drawn a lot when I was a kid and stopped at some point. And I also did only like black and white line art, comic style. Nothing with color. And like now 10 years later I got back into art, and I started like seriously like yeah, how do I say this? Starting to like seriously improve and to learn. I started that around to like mid or end of 2019. That's when I started. And I got back into art probably a year before, but I really just doodled for myself and didn't really try to improve or looking for any resources on how to get better. Jeffrey, then his work such an inspiration. I don't know him, to be honest. Should maybe check him out. I see. Never heard of him, if I'm honest. At least I don't think so. Who inspires your work? I think my art style, like if you want to start there, is like looking at it, I would say that's probably like the way of how I render and stuff like that is probably um mostly influenced by like this video game Riot Games art style, I would say. And there's, for example, Dao Li, who's a great artist. I like his style, and there are a lot of painting process videos of his available out there. And Angry Miko, also a YouTuber and artist, also a big inspiration. And don't know if you know, like I think some of you might know her. Brit Ninja is amazing as well. She has an really if you happen to be into Undertale, you should really check her out. She has a comic, a prequel to Undertale, and it's really, really good. I've had some collaborations with her, and she's just really great. So you might wanna check her out. And also Marco Bucci is also a very cool guy, has some great art and very nice dude, definitely. Good question, Bridge. Yeah, Bridge. You're probably also from the First Human, right? From the server. Yeah. Yeah, she's just overall really inspiring person. I've been asked the same question yesterday, and I kind of got into this mode of not really answering the question, but just answering like what artists are out there on YouTube that you can learn from. And I realized that later that I didn't really answer the question, like actually answer the question of who my my favorite artists are, but just like what artists are there on YouTube that you learned from. So I can today answer the question adequately. That's very good. Okay. Yeah, can you repeat the name? The comics, it's a web comic, is called The First Human, as Gamer Queen just wrote. The name is Brit Ninja. Maybe you can also type that one down, Gamer Queen. And again, tell me if you want to be called by a different name. If you like I don't mind obviously, but it sounded like you don't really like that name anymore. At least I got that impression. Might be wrong. Okay, it's you, Katara. I see. Hi. I'm sorry if you wrote that before. I didn't see that. That's kind of the being new to streaming thing, I guess. Sorry if I didn't see it before. But yeah, hey, glad you could make it. Happy to have you here. Yeah, that's. I also have these old accounts with some funny names. I think everybody does. Okay, this is getting somewhere, I think. So this part is actually like part of the sleeve that's not supposed to be his upper body anymore. So I have to throw that into a little bit of shadow. How late is it? Okay, we're in like 65 minutes. And since I wanted to finish this thing, or at least get it to a point where I maybe only have to do like 20 minutes more, I think this is a good idea to just set myself a time limit like this, because it leads to me not over-rendering stuff. I just want to get a basic thing down that looks correct but is not too over-rendered. I'm just gonna move through the whole thing now. Put a clipping mask again, because there are a lot of these do you call it, of these, this line art, of the sketch line art. A lot of it is still left and I don't intend to keep it, so I really have to start painting over it now. Okay, yeah, like that. This might actually not realistic again. No, I won't go this extreme. Like, that would never wrap around like this. Just doesn't happen. This one's also too much. I'm vibing, that's good. Really happy you could make it, Katara. That stream was a bit inconvenient, wasn't it? Like the time of it. Just realizing we still have to do the hands. Oh no. It's not good. 9 p.m. Oh, that's right. You're also like living kind of in the same time zone as I am, right? Like it's 9:24 for me right now. Mm. Mm. It was inconvenient because I had to fill in for. Ah, I see. Okay. Next to you. Yeah, okay. I see. Ah, yeah, I remember where you're from, I think. Okay. Yeah, that's always very annoying when you have to, like, I hope you at least didn't learn about it like 1 hour before you had to start. Also sometimes the case, I've heard, and that's really annoying. Okay. Okay, I think I have to go back to the reference because I again don't exactly remember how this is rendered, or like designed, I should say. You would guess that by now I know, but no, I don't. I'll draw in about 10 minutes. Okay, it's very, very focused right now. I want to get this done. I think I joined about then. Oh, hi, Lynn. Nice to have you here. I think you just joined, right? Mm, I'm just realizing that this is not entirely correct what I'm doing right now. But it's okay. I probably have to do this. That a little bit down. This goes here. This might just be a little bit too high up. How it's supposed to be. Do I have any gold material? No, I don't. So I have to guess what it might look like. Oh, but first, actually, I'm gonna do this. And this. Okay. And get some of the... I think I should really get this color. This is not bright enough. This is maybe a little bit too bright, but I can work with it. Okay. And now to the gold. Let's try this. I think this might be okay as a base. And now we need some darker parts. Maybe more like this. No, not like that. Gonna zoom in a little bit. No. Looks better. Now to the highlights. This is okay. Let's see. Where do I want to go from here? Smooth this out a little bit. Again, I don't want to over-render anything, but the edges are still supposed to be kind of like not ugly. Like this part has just been some scribbles basically, and I don't want that. Still supposed to be controlled more or less. I think this should work. Maybe get some. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying the process. I always find it quite meditative. How's the name? Like kind of relaxing, kind of relaxing to watch other people paint. I hope it's the same thing for you guys. Okay. What I should probably do the hands right now. like those in particular, I will probably not really render too much just because I hate hands. I think everybody, like every artist does, right? I'm gonna keep this really simple, just implying some form. I probably have to, yeah, what do I have to? So all would go into shadow. Yeah, again, hands are tough, hands are tough. It never changes, I think, at least not for me. But these also, is really too much of this green bounce light right now. That's the main problem, I think. And also, like the angle looks very off, and I think it's because of this ambient occlusion that doesn't really belong there. Yeah. Maybe. Mm. Mm. Not sure what's bugging me about this, but there is something. Yeah, I think that's it. It's too. Skin looks too lifeless right now. Yeah, that's. I think that's what annoyed me. Okay, and also. Yeah, the saturation really just wasn't there compared to the rest. And I can hope I can figure out how to get some music for the next streams. But I guess like for now you probably have your own music playing. And that's good, I think. And because it's a little bit complicated, like I'm streaming with my MacBook and you actually can't sound capture directly from the MacBook with OBS. You have to have some other program to do so. And I have to figure out first how to actually do that. And it's probably not too complicated, but it will take a little bit of time, and I didn't have that time until now. But that's okay, I think. Okay. Mm, okay. I'm thinking. Also throw this into a little bit of shadow. Thinking of the forms. Okay. Let's see how the progress looks right we made so far. Gonna merge this down. Okay, yeah, we got something done, I suppose. And we're in. Yeah, I think we can finish. Like finish meaning like getting it to a point where I only have to do like some fine tuning at the end of this, like not at the end, like off screen, off stream. And that's kind of been my goal for today. And I think good way to get there. It's I really don't want to do this hand down there. It looks like it's probably again I will not do too much with that one. Especially because I don't want to, but also it's not really the focal point at all. It's also just a thing that I might come back to later. I feel like for now what's most important is to get a overall feeling of everything is kind of rendered in the same amount of detail, like except from the face, right? The faces and the head as well, I guess, is way more rendered than the rest. Like not even the head in general, but especially the goggles. But for the rest, I want it to be like not like not unnecessarily detailed, considering again it will be about this big in the end on the stream layout. So no need to do too much, even though it's fun. That's the problem. It's always fun to do a lot of rendering, but it's not always really necessary. You have to be aware of when it is necessary and when it's not. Okay. I want this to be... See, this is so interesting always with the colors. Like this looks kind of green, but it's really just a gray purple. It's just how it's just color relativity to you, for you, not to you. Now we'll go into an actual green because I want this to be a little bit more fleshed out. Just getting some of that bounce light in, but it won't be this strong on this side, obviously. And maybe some of these actual yellows. Actually, I already have them in there. Okay, I should do this and that most likely and get some of the bounce light more pronounced on the hand right here. Just because it's closer to the ground, right? So it would get stronger light than this, like the bounce light would influence it way more. And again, don't want to over-render the hand. It's not as important as the face, for example. Not the focal point, so I'm not gonna bother with it too much. I mean, maybe that's just, to quote a very educated person, maybe that's just an excuse for me to be lazy, but for now, no, I'm not gonna do too much with the hand. This is bothering me. Okay. So we have the shirts somewhat down. Right here there would be some ambient occlusion as well. And I always have something like this here. doing okay, something like this. And now let me think. What else do I have to do with the shirt? This can get even darker, I feel like a little bit. Not that much. Maybe like this. And now okay, but this is not how it will work. Like folds are so confusing to me. It's another thing where I really just do some trial and error until it looks right. I mean, I do have a basic understanding of the different types of folds, but actually applying it isn't easy, at least for me. Should really do some studies of folds, just drawing a bunch of clothes in different situations, but yeah, that's what a smart person would do. But I've actually done a little bit more figure drawing, at least in the last time, together with that Brit Ninja I was talking about earlier. Always a lot of fun, even though it's can be very stressful because you have this limited amount of time, right, for figure drawings, and I'm really slow at drawing, so having a limited amount of time is it's not easy, but I mean that's the point of it, and just getting a little bit more comfortable with painting a little bit more, or drawing, in this case, drawing a bit more loose. Okay. What's the rest? Does the rest look like? We have something like that. Then something like that. Just to green some color picking this one. It's going up here. And we have the swing, I don't know how it's called, the swing kind of thing. Going around like this. Should probably care about the bigger shapes first. Realizing now. So this would go into shadow. Not like shadow, but like ambient occlusion, basically. So these kind of things. This is too bright. This can get a little bit of this. The parts facing up. Essentially. The folds here, and we can get some of this here. Also, there are these. Also, I don't know what's called, the sewing stuff, basically. Okay. Need more of these like leather highlights. I don't really know how to call them. But it's okay. These really can be brighter. Let's say especially these edges here. Hi again, Apogabaka. Nice to have you back, buddy. Hmm. This is a little bit too compared to all of this. I'm not sure if it's saturated enough. I think it is. And it's more or less the same thing. Yeah, that's okay. I feel like. Okay, that's what this would wrap around. Then this is too, I don't know, this is too greenish, these dark parts. Doesn't look quite right for me. Yeah, more like this, I think. Alright, it's slowly starting to look like something. Oh, it's like all these folds. So confusing, really. This green, I want this to be greener. Because right now, yeah, this is better, I think. Painting these leather shapes or highlights or whatever you might call it is always a lot of fun. Similar to the highlights on the goggles, actually. It's probably just something that is indeed a lot of fun. In general, I think everyone enjoys painting highlights, right? It's not just me, I think. Mm. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of this. dark parts of the ambient occlusion parts are really not dark enough yet, I feel like. Should be better. Sorry for respond late. I haven't, no. I started with Paint Tool Sai. That was my first one. And then I jumped straight right into Procreate, so I never really used anything else, no. Katara has, okay. Clip Studio Paint, yeah, that's also supposed to be good, right? Again, I don't, actually haven't a lot of experience with different programs. I always used Procreate basically, and a little bit of Paint Tool Sai in the beginning. This is not supposed to look like... Okay. Then notice he has this kind of goldish thingies right there. I'm gonna adjust that a little bit. Will be a little bit annoying, but only a little bit. So that's okay. Yeah, I guess, again, it doesn't really have to be too detailed. Usually it would literally be zoomed in like this, but this is not the goal for this illustration. I want it to be rougher. No, actually, I don't, because this is just supposed to be a like an avatar for the stream layout. Like basically, wait, let me try something. I don't know if this works, but can I just pull this to the right? Let me see if it changes in the stream. Because I'm not sure if I can do that on stream. Oh yeah, I actually can. Okay, that's fun. So he's basically supposed to be on the left there, where the space is now free, right? And that's where I will put him. And so I will just export him without a background at all. So I have a transparent PNG file and then gonna slap him on there on the left. So that's the goal. And I only have this blue background here because that's also the background I'm using for the stream right now. And let me get this right again. And yeah, just so I know, like in terms of the colors I have to use and all that fun stuff. I have a reference and what the color environment would look like. I have to throw them in, if that makes sense. But this is funny that I can change it on stream. I didn't know that I can actually put that stuff around. Always learning something new. But I guess it makes sense. I have seen like streamers, like for example, changing the position of their webcam and stuff like that. So I guess I should have known anyway that it works, but just imagined it might. Okay. So yeah, the hands are really, I have to do something for the hands, but I don't wanna. Okay, let me see, what have we done here? Yeah, this is quite some, it's evolving, right? Yeah, that's great. Okay. Let's check again what we have done overall today just to get some motivation. So this is where we started. Okay, yeah, we actually got stuff done, right? That's nice. Okay, perfect. I love to do that, by the way, just keeping older versions and just checking, okay, this is what happened since the last time. Okay, we gotta do a little bit here. Maybe these are a little bit too, oops. Okay, I guess I need another clipping mask again. And I think this would be really warm. It's gonna brush over it a little bit. Yeah. Something like that, and then it might actually blow out quite a bit, I think. Get almost into white. This is maybe actually a little bit too much subsurface scattering. Then we're also gonna get the bounce light again. Apply that on these planes. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and this is not warm enough, I feel like. Yeah, it's actually kind of getting to the point where it looks about done. I do agree. Like again, if you really zoom in, then it's like not nearly on the same level of finish as my pieces usually are. Like the face is very close, but the goggles are definitely like at exactly that point. But apart from that, it's very rough compared to how I usually do it. But then again, it's just supposed to be this big on the screen, right? So no need to go into too much unnecessary detail, honestly. I want to, though, get that part a little bit darker, and also these. Also enjoy painting these, to be honest, every time. Because now I get to do this and add some more highlights. Highlights is what I'm painting for, basically. Okay, and now there are also these sewers above that. Let me just see what. Okay, I think I should actually do this. Because there are these stitches, or I don't really know how you would call it, but kind of thingies. Okay. Pretty much done. The comments take a long time. Do you mean like writing them, or do you mean me replying to them? Like both is probably probably correct. Because sometimes I'm just painting for some time and then looking at the chat again. I mean, have a very small number of viewers right now, right? We are in a very cozy and small environment, so I actually can just paint for some time and then look at the chat and don't really like miss too much, which is in this case kind of good because since I want to get this piece done. And I mean, anyway, like I appreciate you guys hanging out here. And I'm glad that there are like actually at all people joining me because the stream was very spontaneously. I was just like, I want to finish this piece. Like, I'm in the mood to finish this piece. And since I wanted to do the whole thing on stream, I was like, well, guess I'm gonna stream again today. Okay. I don't know, something's still not. I think this isn't saturated enough. Let me just try to get some overlay and just see what happens. Be pushing a little bit of color into it. Not much, but just a little bit. Yeah, I like this better. Okay, perfect. Okay. What else do we have to do? My highlights, there are my highlights. Because I really want to push these a little bit more. Also create some little bit more interesting shapes here. At least a little bit. Right, something like that. Curving a little bit back into that form, to that shape. I also want to do this. Yeah, it looks better. And this would probably wrap around a little bit more. Oh. Oh, I just missed your comment. I just saw it like in the corner of my eye, but I guess you deleted it. Maybe you typed something wrong anyway, so I guess it's okay that I saw it too late. All right. We're also gonna put some shadows here. Because, yeah, so need some ambient occlusion there. Definitely. Mm-hmm. And also where the shorts end, obviously. On this side as well. That's also a thing where I'm not gonna zoom in further because I don't want to over-render anything, and this is like not at all the focal point, so there's no need to put too much work into it. But it's still at least supposed to look like I've done anything at all. That would be good already. I should do this more often, just staying zoomed out. That really helps to not overdo stuff. And maybe if I do that, I might not need 50 hours for an illustration, right? It might be a very good idea, actually. Oh well. Live 4 minutes late. 4 minutes late. I'm sorry. What do you mean? Haven't you been there from the beginning on? No. Okay. No, I get what you mean. Okay, so you were like 5 minute delay, basically, right? Like on the timer the video shows you. Like that would explain why my answers come. That's like I didn't. It's not like I don't look at the chat for like 5 minutes. I try to look like every minute once at least. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, oh well, okay, that explains that, right? I'm not as bad at least. That's something. But yeah, guess you are back in the present, right? That's good. Okay. Honestly, I can almost go into pure white here. Not all the way. That's not really something you should do, because you want to leave some room for editing. And to be totally honest, I didn't do that. Like, the fact that this isn't pure white doesn't change that. But and this is something, by the way, where I would really put it on different layers usually, so I don't have to like awkwardly paint around that ring, because that doesn't really make sense to do that. But oh well. We're not at the point anymore where we do stuff that makes sense, so it doesn't matter. Alright. So honestly, if we look at it like this, it looks finished. But we do have some time left. Oh, actually, it's quite late already. Okay. So I'm probably gonna stop here soon, but let me do some fine adjustments in the end. Like, for example, mid occlusion here is not enough, and here it's not enough. Actually, that's kind of enough. No. This, and also where the hands are, there has to be quite some. This is maybe even a little bit too dark. Let me carve back into this to make it look a little bit more reasonable, a little bit more realistic. Like, oh no, don't, you're not dumb. That happens. Honestly, that happened to me so many times before. On streams by other people. I think most people, like, it happens to a lot of people at least one time. So also this can be darker at some parts. Hi Dawson, you're kind of catching me right, not at the total like ending, but very close to it. I'll probably stop streaming quite soon, but I'm like almost done. Like, my goal has been to finish this, and it might happen depending on what I call finished, but in this case I don't want to do too much, as I already stated in the last stream, just because it's not supposed to be super big in the layout, and I don't want to render it the way I usually do. But I'm gonna show you in a second what we have done today. So, okay, this is where we are at now. And okay, like, we ended the stream. Yeah, that's true. You can enjoy the last minutes we're spending here together. So we ended. I don't know. You have been in the stream yesterday, right? But not like for the whole time, I think. So we ended yesterday's stream with this abomination. Like, not abomination, but it's like the likeness wasn't really there, and I did a little bit of work off stream to fix the likeness a little bit, because I didn't want to struggle with that the whole time on stream. And so this is where I yeah, basically stopped working off stream, and where we started today. And this is basically what we have done today. That's quite a lot. Yeah. I really love to do this. Like, it's so satisfying to see that you have actually got some stuff done. Okay. The end was choppy. Oh no, I hope that's I hope that was on you, as mean as that sounds, and not on the stream or on the internet, because that would be kind of concerning. But I think nobody else mentioned it, so I would think that it's probably on your internet. Again, I hope not because I want your internet to have problems or to cause problems, I should say, but because I really don't want the stream to have problems. For you, it's fine. Okay, that's good. Like, but I think Dolphin was talking about yesterday, right? Yesterday's stream, and I think, yeah, you couldn't make that one, Katara. So, but the other people as well didn't say that there was anything, something choppy. And I talked to a few of them after the stream, so I think should be on you, Dolphin. Shame, shame, shame. Um, Coming back to the face. Yeah, like what's really bothering me now are really, like, you can tell I didn't want to paint the hands, like compared to everything else. There isn't, like, they're very, very rough. And this area is rough as well. Let's do that so I can run from my responsibilities, in this case, the hands. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine, Dolphin. I like to listen to, watch art streams too, but having it muted. Also, many people don't even really talk during art streams. Or maybe I'm just watching the wrong people. Like, not wrong, but you get what I mean. Um, yeah, Klaus is, there's the reason my winter illustrations of him have him wear gloves. Like in the next one I'm planning to do, like the last winter picture for this year, if I even do it like now, and not maybe in the holiday season, like next winter, like in 10 months. Um, I didn't even, like, I gave him these, like, how would you call it, like fingerless gloves, right? Where there's just everything into one. Sorry, I'm multitasking. Oh yeah, yeah, no, no, no worries, Katara. That is totally okay. Okay. Yeah, I have, like, towards Dolphin, I have forced myself to, like, work like this most of the time. Like, I was zoomed in a bit more on the face, but like on the rest, I forced myself to work like this just so I can't over render anything. I think that has been a good idea. Oh, I didn't turn this off. I just noticed. Um, yeah, the layer, some forms weren't correct, right? Yeah. Okay. Mittens. Ah, yeah. That's right. That's right. I actually know that term, but it didn't come to me right now. Mittens. Yeah, we talked about this, right? Like, the all of my vocabulary basically coming from English media, and people don't talk too much about their mittens in some movies and TV shows. So yeah, that's why I don't know that word. But again, I actually did know it, but I couldn't think of it in that moment. Okay. Wait, do I have this color here? Yes, I do. Getting a little bit more warmth here. No, I actually shouldn't do that. Maybe just a little bit of a highlight color. No, that also doesn't look good. I think I shouldn't over-render here. Part doesn't matter anyway. What else do I want to do here? Oh, oh, I But this is not correct what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, I'm very close to calling this finished, like in terms of what it's supposed to be. Again, this wouldn't be at all finished in like if it was like my usual kind of illustration. But in this case, I can call it quite early, I think. Should I? These sewing thingies right there, probably. Right here. Yeah, something like that. And I notice I have to. Where does the shoulder come from? Like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's totally true, Dolphin. But I'm like so close to finish now that I kind of want to actually finish it at the same time. This is bothering me. Weird color transition. The same time, it's like has been like progress is I can't talk anymore. It's been 2 hours. It has been it's progressed far enough for me to just honestly do the rest off stream, because this is maybe like 20 minutes more. Like honestly, I would basically only do the hands at this point, and I've done a little bit of them, and I've kind of didn't want to do more, but maybe I actually should do a little bit more at least. And I just noticed it doesn't really make sense that they get this warm bounce light, because these planes are basically showing up. But maybe that's why it looked weird. But it's strange, like I thought these streams would be more like exhausting, I guess. Like streaming for 2 hours would actually feel like streaming for 2 hours and not being kind of relaxing. Like I do notice that my ability to speak in English is a little bit that one decreases a little bit, but apart from that, it's honestly kind of okay. Okay, and I think what's happening here. This is too okay. So let me check. There are some streaming. Yeah, I think so too. It's quite bulky. I agree. Like it's supposed to be a little bit bulky just because like he's a kid. There's a little bit more fat, I guess. But this is too much. I do agree. Let me try something. We do that. I'm just gonna do that. Bam. Okay, wait, no, this is actually, I shouldn't erase that much. Okay, wait. This is where some more flesh would be. No, it won't. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I hate hands. That will never change. It will never change. But yeah, this is actually better, and I think also this part could use a little bit. Like this would probably be a little bit more bulky, but this part would be. Does that make sense? Yes, it kind of does. Okay. This is way too much detail again. Like I should stay in this view at least. Like the hands are also not really like a focal point, so they don't have to be too well rendered. As long as it looks good from this point of view, and from this point of view, and that's the point, it's still a little bit too like not rendered enough basically. So I have to do a little bit of work here. I should also just probably add some. So we'll give it a little bit of volume. Yes, it does. Yeah, I guess it's a good sign for my full-time streamer job. No, I'm gonna do this sometimes when I'm in the mood to do that. And also, like, I have to have something I can work on that makes sense on a stream. Especially like with illustrations like these that are like clearly doable in like 1 or 2 streams. That makes a lot of sense, I feel like. And when there are some that would take way more time than that, then it can be nice, I guess, to watch it a little bit and just some little part of the whole process. But I think it's especially makes the most sense when there are, when you can actually see like the whole process when you watch the streams back. Okay, but now it's starting to get a little bit of volume, like a little bit of three-dimensionality. And this is fine now. I don't really want to do more. This is kind of the level of polish I wanted to achieve with this illustration. So I guess, and this other hand looks like very shitty. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit with that. Let's be that lazy. But I won't do a lot of it just because this is really like not at all, like all this area is not really important, especially not this hand that is like halfway hidden anyway. Okay, wait, there are some comments. I'm sorry, I have to. Oh, bye bye. Have a good night. And hi, Simcore. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Yeah, you kind of catched us like near the end of the stream. Like I'm probably gonna stop streaming in the last few minutes. But of course, you can always watch the stream back if you're curious on what we've done here today. I mean, I can show you what we've done today. Wait, this is where we started. And this is what we've done today. Basically, this is the progress of the last 2 hours. So, yeah. I'm kind of slow. Like, it's okay, but I do know that there are other artists out there that are way faster. But those have also done this for like 10 years more than I have, so I guess it's reasonable for me to not be that fast. Okay. Hello, cramming for my exam. Yeah, it does count. Yeah, I was about to say good luck on your exams. I hope everything's gonna work out for you. I'm sure it will. Because we're all very smart people here, right? What does a finger look like? I wish I was able to draw hands. That would make so many things easier. And I kinda can when I have a reference, but I can't really make a photo of my hand right now. Like I actually can, I guess, but it would take some time. Okay. Let me think. Is there anything? I think I'm gonna end it right here. and not call this finished. Like, I will do a little bit more with this. I also realized the sand is a little bit too big, I think. Yeah, it is, I think. Yeah, quick question. Would there be a little gap between thumb and index finger in that position, though? Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I kind of imagine the finger, like the thumb, to be kind of basically, how do I explain this? Like basically not on a like very like top-on view, thinking like from the side. Oh, okay, Katara, that's fine. I'm gonna finish the stream, end the stream in a second anyway. I do know what you mean. Like, let's say we have a hand from the side, right? And let's say like this is the back of the hand. Then we have the fingers here, and this is maybe in the, here with the thumb would come out, right? This, right? And if we were to rotate that like this, right? Wait, does that make sense? Like basically we have something in between that and a view like this, right? Okay, this doesn't even look like a hand, but you get the point. Then I would agree, but in my case, no, this is, I think, I think this doesn't work as an explanation. That really doesn't work. Long story short, like this end doesn't look right at all anyway. Like I will have to work on that a little bit, and but that's basically all I'm gonna do from this point on. So I'm gonna call this done at this point. I'm just gonna do some final polishing, which will mainly be the hands and maybe some little facial details, and maybe the teeth are looking a little bit off. Like that's the kind of stuff I would probably get back into, but this, like from this view, this will probably not change anymore, and that's why I'm gonna call it done at this point, and just doing some little tweaks off stream, off stream, and then in the next stream, whenever that one will be, I can show you again, Dolphin, because you haven't been there. My stream layout is basically supposed to look like this, and Winnie like would be on the bottom left, or like, yeah. And that's also why I had the blue background for this picture, just to know, just so I know what background he's gonna be against, basically, so I can get the colors right for him. Okay. Yeah, I would say this has been kind of successful. I'm kind of happy with how this turned out. Except the left, like the both hands. This one's getting somewhere. This one needs a lot of work. This doesn't really look like a hand at this point, but the rest is really good. This is the progress we made today. That's also quite good, honestly. I'm very happy with this. And especially compared to what we had yesterday. So yeah, this is really just 2 hours more, and or like even 3 in total, I think. Yeah, okay, let's just stay with this. I'm happy with this. I hope you had fun. Like, we're only 2 people left at this point, but we're kind of a small group in the end. But it definitely was fun. I hope you enjoyed it too. And I am gonna go to bed now. Like literally now. Okay, have a good day. No, a good evening. I think everyone still here is kind of in the same time zone. So I guess have a good evening, have a good night, and maybe I will be back on the weekend. Maybe on Sunday I'll do another stream. Like I want to do a stream like in the next days, just because I want to test out how the new layout's gonna look like with Winnie on the left. So all right. Yeah. Good night. Thanks for being there, and until next time. Goodbye.